Well, good afternoon, family and friends. Thanks for joining me for morning encouragements on this Saturday, June the 19th. My name is Marsha. It's Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, the chance where we actually are recognizing as a people, a country, the unfortunate part of when the 2.5 years after slavery ended in Texas, the final people were notified that they were no longer slaves but were liberated Juneteenth. And I have an encouraging verse for today, and I smile tongue in cheek. I've already been up doing a lot of things, and at this point, I'm kind of tired. I will be brief. I have my opening verse today is, and I have no glasses, so that's kind of frustrating. I can't see. What does it say? Nope, that's not right. I can't. Oh, here it is. My opening verse for today is, if you can, all things are possible to him who believes. And that's Mark chapter 9, verse 23. I have an opening poem, and I laugh and smile, called tongue in cheek. The title of my poem for today is called Endurance. Let's see if I can see it. Life has many ups and downs, the bitter and the sweet. Each day is filled with problems which tend to make us weak. But through your faith in Jesus' love, you will endure the trials and you'll find yourself, your burdens lightened as you walk another mile, by Helen Parker. Endurance. I am supposed to be on vacation, but censor. Um, I feel like I might have to extend my vacation a couple of days because people are continuing to call me. I'm sure that with a little silence, they can figure out how to work these things out and mm, uh, work these things out and just move right along. Remembering that mom is the patient. So if you think of me and my family, pray for my family. They're having some challenges and struggling. Mom is okay. She's having a rest day today. All right. The references, make sure I have this right. Oh, wow. Okay. The references for the encouraging words today are Psalms chapter 5, verse 11, Ephesians chapter 3, verses 20 through 21, Jude 24 and 25, Joshua 1 5. That seems extremely familiar. Okay, so those are the verses that I believe I did yesterday. Scratch that. Let's do, I need to flip that. Today's reference is Ephesians chapter 1, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9, Jeremiah 29:11, and Ephesians chapter 1, verse 13 and 14. And we're going to learn today on the encouraging words that you, insert your name here, you are God's beloved child. So Marshala is God's beloved child. Insert your name. You are my beloved child. I chose you before the foundation of the world to walk with me along paths designed uniquely for you. Concentrate on keeping in step with me instead of trying to anticipate my plans for you. If you trust that my plans are to prosper you and not to harm you, you can relax and enjoy the present moment, this moment right now, and this moment. Your hope and your future are rooted in heaven, where eternal ecstasy awaits you. Nothing can rob you of your inheritance of unimaginable riches and well being. Sometimes I grant you glimpses of your glorious future to encourage you and to spur you on. But your main focus should be staying close to me. I set the pace in keeping with your needs and my purposes. The end. That this little spot of these reference verses is very rich with encouragement, and it's very simple for today. That we need to understand that we're God's beloved children. God has a special plan specifically designed for me, my life walk. So I don't need to look at what other people are doing in other people's lives, but understand that God has my personal trip mapped out on MapQuest, on Bible Quest. God has mapped out a life He's given me. Now I have the option to either do what MapQuest says, or to follow what God says, or to not follow what God says. Either way, I may eventually end up on my journey, but potentially it might be longer or more painful if I go off on my own instead of following the directions from the map. God gives us those directions on that map for His good and our glory. I mean, for our good. Oops. For our good and His glory. Our good and His glory. It's up to us if we want to remember that He's with us always, that He loves us, and He has Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to give you a hope and a future, plans to prosper you and not harm you. If we want to choose the path that God is leading us down, knowing that God is with us at all times, and we want to stay near to Him and feel His closeness and listen to what He is saying as we tune in to Him and pray to Him and trust Him every day. Sometimes God gives us glimpses of our future to encourage us and motivate us to to be encouraged and to know that we can trust Him and look forward to Him, that He hasn't left us alone and forgotten us. He tells us in His word, Lord, I will never leave you nor forsake you. It's up to us to remember that and to apply it. That's my encouraging words for today. Let us be reminded that God cares for us and has a plan for us. Don't look at other people around us. Don't look at what other people have or are doing, don't have, or their mistakes. We can focus on us, ourselves, and the path that we have, the path that God has us on, putting us one foot in front of the other. Well, it's vacation time for me. I'm going to go back and enjoy my vacation, and I will bring another message tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. if I get up in time. Have a great one for now. Be safe and be kind to one another. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.